the second night it is freezing, and can you hear the wind? Insane. Don't know how good a sleep is going to happen tonight, but we'll see. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today is day 3 of hiking the Kilimanjaro summit. Today we are walking 12k with an elevation up to 4,600 meters, I believe. We are hiking to the lava towers, or lava fields, whatever one it is, and then up to the Beck camp, which is where we're sleeping. So we actually go low, then high, then low. Beck camp's not too much higher than where we slept last night, which is at the Shira camp. It's going to be about 8 hours walking today, he said, because we have lunch at the lava towers too. I'm interested to see how my blood oxygen level is going at 4,600 meters. It's the highest I've ever been. I've been to about 4.2, so I'm very interested to see how it's going to go. Please ignore the hair. I really need to sort it out, but also it looks really, really, really rainy outside today, so I have a feeling we're going to be getting a little bit wet. And it was really cold last night, like freezing cold, but that's expected. I'm gonna go have some tea, coffee, and breakfast, and I'll get back to you when we start the trail. So here's a little fit check for the day. So pretty much the reason why you have lunch at 4,600 meters at Lava Tower is so the guides can see how you are going to handle the altitude. Because you are ascending quite a bit in that day, they just want to see if you're going to have any signs of altitude sickness, and then they can kind of understand how you're going to go for summit night. We had an incredible group. All of us were completely fine. We all ate at the lava tower. None of us felt sick. It was great. This section I do recommend that you have a buff because it is very, very dusty. You are walking over what I would say are lava fields, so there is a lot of dust in the air. It is very exposed, but it is steep going up from camp for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then it does kind of ease off and go a bit flatter. You can also see where you are heading to while you're on the track, but we made it. Like I said, we made it, and then we all had a wonderful lunch, which was like salad, chips, and fried chicken. So we've made it to 4,600 meters, I think, which is the lava tower camp. Just had lunch, dinner. Blood oxygen level still at 92, which is good. I haven't had any signs of altitude. I look like a crazy person though. But yeah, we just had lunch and everything, and now we're going to head down. And we sleep at a lower level today, which is very similar to the level we slept at yesterday. It's a little uphill, okay. So we go down, and then we go up again, and then we go down, apparently. Once you've had lunch and you leave the lava tower, you're pretty much just ascending for the whole time until you get to camp. So you do have to be careful doing this as well, because you can get altitude sickness if you descend too quickly. I look like a little bandit. I do. So this is one section where we actually didn't get many views because we were heading back into the clouds, and there was just a lot of like this mist that you can see. So I didn't do a lot of filming heading down, but yeah, it's pretty much just ascending down, and then you go past all these beautiful trees. Then we arrived at camp and it was foggy. You could not see a thing at all. But you know what? We all got there safe, and we're all happy and healthy, and that's all that matters during this trek. So we've arrived at Beck camp. It took us, we left at 8:30, we got here at about 5, so it took, what, that's about 8.5 hours to get here, so that's not too bad. This is the biggest camp of them all. That was one of our longer days. yeah, so we've got one long day left, which is the summit. The rest are only about 7 to 6 kilometres a day, which is good. But yeah, I'm feeling good. Altitude has still not affected me, but so it's just going to be the same routine. Happy hour, popcorn and nuts and chips, and then hot tea drinks and
Don said he had some.
dinner in bed. That's it.
Yeah. Hey, Don?
Sorry about the commotion, there's a lot. So after we were just having some of our hot drinks for happy hour, we were treated with these incredible views when we walked out of the mess tent. We had no idea that this was behind us. Absolutely no idea. This was just an incredible way to end the day, and then we had a beautiful, beautiful sunset too. So all in all, this was a fantastic day. Good morning and welcome to day 4 of hiking Kilimanjaro. Today we are going from Berenka camp to Karenga camp. We're actually decreasing in elevation today. It's only 3,090 meters above sea level. It's a 7k hike and it's about 4 hours. And it's an excuse me, it's an alpine desert. Today we crossed the Berenka Wall, which is also known to have the kissing rock, which I'll film. It's meant to be the most technical part of climbing Kilimanjaro, and it does get very busy because pretty much everyone has to use that wall and that route in order to get to the summit. Last night I was really aware of my heart rate. I'm not sure if that's because I had my earplugs in and they block out all the noise, so all I could really hear was like the beating of my heart, and that kind of kept me awake for a little while. But then I fell asleep and I slept like a baby, like I always do. But yeah, I'll keep you guys all updated on what's to come for today. Excuse the shocking quality, but they have Milo here. Never thought I would be able to have a Milo on top of Kilimanjaro or hiking Kilimanjaro. It's a good day. So after we had breakfast, we headed off quite early. As I said before, this is the one section which no matter what route you take up Kilimanjaro, you are going to be doing the Berenka Wall. So we definitely are happy we headed off earlier because it is only a one way, and as you can see here, it's a lot of climbing. So if it was super busy, you are going to be waiting a long time in order to try and climb up these rocks. We didn't have to wait that much, so that was good. This is also the most technical part of the whole entire trail, so it is rock scrambling. It's not that hard of a rock scramble. This is the kissing rock, which is again apparently one of the most technical parts. It's not that hard. It's not high up or anything. It's just you just gotta be close to the rock when you're crossing the wall. But yeah, crossed it, all happy as you can see. And then you just keep walking up this terrain and you go to 4,200 meters. There is a couple more rock scrambles which you were seeing here, which are again technical bits, but it is nothing major. If you haven't ever rock scrambled before, don't worry, you won't be in for any big surprises. And this is the beautiful, beautiful view that we got at 4,200 meters, where we stopped and had a little bit of break, and then we headed back down the mountain again. And I will just warn you, there's something they don't tell you. You will head back down and then you will ascend again. It's not that long of an ascend, but it is quite steep, so just keep that in mind. And then you do descend again, and then you have a short, steep ascent up to camp once you get to like the little river. So we've arrived at the Karanga camp, which is, I think it's 20-30 meters lower than what we were at last night. Again, altitude hasn't really affected me, but I have noticed a shortness in breath when exercising. So like if you do something a little bit too fast, you kind of notice I'm a little bit out of breath from doing this. Other than that, being completely fine. It took 4.5 hours for us to get here. The Berenka Wall is pretty much just all rock scrambling for 200 meters. and you reach a height of 4,200 meters above sea level. And then you descend again, and then you ascend again, and then you descend again, and then you have one short little 45-minute climb to get to camp. And that was probably the hardest part for a lot of people because I think everyone was just a little bit exhausted. I am starting to understand the theory of pole pole, because it is definitely a lot easier to go slow at this altitude than try rush everything. You don't get as out of breath, the body doesn't really hurt as much, and yeah, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm just pretty much daydreaming when we're shuffling along. Yeah, we've just had lunch. I'm gonna have a little nap, and yeah, I'm just not really doing much for the rest of the day except resting, because tomorrow we go to base camp, and then that night we wake up and we start summiting. So that's going to be very interesting. But I'll probably get back to you guys tomorrow morning unless I have anything interesting happen between them.